So we should be live, and I might have to rearrange this UI depending on what it gets in the way of. So we're using slot number 9, and we just finished the second planet, I believe. Doesn't look like there's anything up there. All of our important information's in the upper left, which might occasionally get interrupted by tweets of a certain Plant Girl character that has really suddenly gotten popular. You only get
her luck, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I know nothing about this game.
Blaster Master was originally I want to say like a super serious sci-fi anime type game in the on the NES in the 80s. But when it got translated, it became the story of an American boy named Jason, who just wanted to chase after his pet frog who fell down a hole after... Yeah.
You gotta love that.
Yeah.
Just lost in translation, but in the most glorious way possible.
And then around that time, there was you had the Scholastic Book Fair at your in your school, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
So there was a series of books based on video games to get kids to read more, and one of them was based on Blaster Master. And the guy who wrote for Blaster Master, FX9, basically took there was no text in the original Blaster Master other than in the manual. So the manual detailed the boy Jason, the frog, whose name was Fred, and the plutonium boss, who was, the big baddie. And this is not like a spoiler or anything. They actually show a picture of the plutonium boss on the cover of the game. And they FX9 made up a whole bunch of stuff about finding this girl named Eve, who hang on, I left out a bit of the story there. When Jason falls down the hole, he finds this tank waiting for him, a tank and a suit and a blaster rifle, and that's where the adventure starts. So it turns out in the FX9 book, Eve is the original pilot of the tank, and she was injured and captured, and there was all these radioactive experiments being done on animals, turning them into mutants, and the plutonium boss was trying to suck out all the planet's energy and use it to explode the planet and just move.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, move on to the next planet, and that's how his life cycle goes.
As they do.
As they do. So it's a pretty straightforward, good guy versus bad guy kind of story. And the original developers, this game wasn't called Blaster Master in Japanese. It was called something like Space Metal Attacker Meta Fights. And that was a story about an interplanetary war that I don't know if Earth was even involved, but this was just one of the many battles of the metal attackers.
Very, very descriptive name there.
Yeah.
Metal attackers.
And it seems that Sunsoft, the original developers, they liked FX9's story so much, they made that the new canon.
Just going with an idea and running with it, basically. Yeah. Hey, if it works.
So now with Blaster Master 0 coming out a million years later, in the year 2017, the year 2018, Inti Creates took the original Metafight story and the FX9 Blaster Master novelized story and mashed them up into one. So now Eve is canonically a thing. She's actually your co-pilot, but right now she's suffering from a breakout of mutant cells, which was left as a part of her since the first game. She's also part android. Well, she is a cyborg, so she has mechanical and biological parts.
Yeah.
So right now she's in sleep. She's in a low power sleep mode, but at the same time, because she's drawing energy from Sophia the tank, Sophia the Third. Or no, wait, this is a new model, Gaia Sophia, that they built together. But since she's drawing energy from the tank, she has to, she's using her sleep mode to reduce the strain and suppressing the mutant outbreak, mutant cell outbreak. The further we travel, the stronger the mutants get. So they're traveling to see if they can go back to Eve's home.
You there? You kind of cut out.
Oh, I'm sitting on my mute button.
Oh.
That happens a lot. But yeah, they're trying to travel to her home planet of Sophia, and because that's where the fight back against the mutants began. And part of the story to Blaster Master 01, and possibly even the Space Meta Fight game, was that these tanks were sent out all throughout the galaxy, and Eve was one amongst many support droids that are supposed to help whoever finds the tanks to fight back against the mutant outbreak.
I love how there's like little different modes on this. It's so cool.
Yeah, I think Blaster Master was one of the few games that had that whole like. Oh. This. One of my favorite main weapons. The machine gun. But yeah, it was one of the first games to have that multi-mode gameplay, that thing that is kind of two games in one.
Yeah. I gotta say, part of me really likes the whole retro revival kind of thing going on lately.
Yeah?
It's been on and off with the NES era kind of games, but now they're starting to do more with Super Nintendo style stuff too.
Oh yeah, 16-bit or 12-bit. Like, I want to say that this is in the 8-bit spirit, but it's got like there are effects that really break out of it, like just this machine gun, for instance.
Right.
It lets out six or seven projectiles at a time, and the NES could only handle 3 sprites on the same horizontal line.
Yes, unless you incur flickering.
Yeah.
Ugh. I remember, speaking of which, the NES Classic. So, me and Mom were playing Bubble Bobble, and she's just, spamming, like, the bubble button.
Yeah.
And, oh my gosh, the screen flicker. It was terrible.
If I recall, after a certain amount, like 10 or 12 bubbles, any new bubbles you make will start causing the old ones to just disappear.
I don't know. All I saw was things flickering.
Alright.
After a certain point, things were just... you couldn't see anything.
Ooh. I don't have a way to deal with these wires. I mean, I kinda do. I can just do this.
Ugh.
Yeah. A lot of these mutants are bugs.
Ah.
Just be glad we're past the spider boss.
Oh. Yeah. I'm thankful.
Mighty Mine Might. Okay, here's where we get the thing that lets us deal with the other thing.
The thing?
The thing. Ooh!
Uh-oh.
I'm just kind of waiting for him to... waiting for that thing to put down a mine so that I can counterattack it. Where's my shield? Shield is probably my best bet around here. There we go. I have my shield set to a shortcut button. Oh, my timing was off on that.
On a random note, were you able to get Morrowind?
No. There was a on the website they wanted me to sign up for an account, and I mean that by itself isn't too bad, but the thing that stopped me was the download a launcher thing.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I have the option of just getting Skyrim on the Switch, so I might just go with that.
Morrowind is so much better.
Maybe. I remember playing it on the Xbox. I just want to be able to, like, click the icon and play.
Understandable. I don't know. To me, the thing I like about it most, as opposed to Skyrim, which I love Skyrim, but the thing I like about it most is how you get this sense of adventure. You're not held down by quest marker. You pretty much make your own adventure while you're going out doing your main adventure.
Alright.
You get to explore now.
Was Morrowind the one that had Sir Patrick Stewart as the king?
Oh, that's Oblivion. That's
Oblivion, okay. So it was Oblivion that I played on the Xbox.
It's not on the Xbox, it's on the 360.
Yes. Well, on the Xbox branded console.
Okay, fair enough.
A friend of mine, a local friend of mine,
yeah,
a local friend of mine was all about that system, and he would have us all over to play Oblivion, and I would spend a lot of time jumping around. First thing I did, I believe, was I jumped off of, I'd say, a 1 meter high rock, and I hear like this crunch as I landed. He's like, "You just broke your legs." But then I'm like, oh, but he's like, no, that's good. It means you'll gain agility.
See, that's like in a lot of Elder Scrolls games. What I do to get around is just bunny hop.
Yeah.
So ridiculous, but it, raises your acrobatics up to a certain amount. The thing I just laugh so hard about with the sound effects is it's very blunt. It's more like a smacking noise if you get hit.
Yeah.
In that game.
Okay.
And it's so funny when you swing your sword, it's like... I don't know why, but... I don't know.
Looks like Eve is totally out of commission right now. So we have to find that. We have to find an energy-producing part for Sophia.
Oh. Probably doesn't help when we have that thing near us.
Yeah. Oh, let's see if we can. All right, our map is saying that right near us is an item. It must be, yes, that cave right there. Now, I know there's a part that I need that lets me get through that. So that's not the one we have to go to yet. It's the one we'll have to go to after we get the part we need.
Oh, it's so irritating when you see a part that you can see, but you can't go to.
Yeah.
Like, I want to!
Well, I mean, at this point in the game, you're under the impression that those robot fists are the only things that can break these.
Mm.
This is a spoiler-friendly Let's Play, by the way. Partially because everyone that I've seen play this game blind so far has forgotten that there's an X, L, and R button. Oh, hey, maybe this isn't the part that. Maybe this isn't the place that we're supposed to go now. I thought I would be blocked from the other side, but here I am. That gun does not pierce terrain. Let's see, I did get the fire mine from that thing though. And that's another kind of secret about this game. If you have the if you have an elemental grenade, here it's the torch bomb. it'll affect the element of your charge shot. Now this is kind of a reference to Mega Man Zero, because Mega Man Zero, all the Mega Man Zero games have you collect elemental chips to affect the element of your charge shot and your charged saber. Or no, wait, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just kind of mindlessly watching.
It's okay.
If I'm quiet.
It helps me focus on these, on the action sequences.
Graphics are really pretty on this one, though.
Yeah, Inti Creates is... They've been doing pixel graphics for... ever since the GBA. Like, they had been known for Mega Man Zero up till then. And so it was kind of weird to see them go into this pixel art style, but with games like this, they really show that they're comfortable in it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What's going on?
Cat is being hyper.
Oh. I swear, my dog, she acts like she's raised by cat. Well, she's been raised by cats.
Oh, okay.
The moments that she jumps on top of the furniture, she doesn't listen to what you say. Like, she's that stubborn.
Oh, and those bounce off in other directions, too. This robot is
And she
learning.
leaps off of whatever high point she's at. Instead of just climbing down, she just bloop.
Like, will she jump on the, Ooh! Will she jump on, like, the kitchen counter and stuff?
Thankfully, no, she can't reach that.
Alright.
But, she will jump on, like, the top of the couches and jump down from up there to the ground. Which makes me incredibly nervous because she's about 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, please don't break a leg.
How high is the couch?
I want to say about maybe 2.5 feet. A normal sized couch, but she's a little dog. That's what worries me.
Alright.
She's a Pomeranian long-haired Chihuahua mix, so...
Okay.
And then sometimes she'll jump from, like, the top of a recliner. That's what scares me even more. Like, no, don't jump from there!
I mean, if she doesn't feel or express pain, I wonder if she's okay.
I mean, she has before. There'd be moments where, she either tripped or, the other dog, the bigger dog, was roughhousing with her too much. And she ended up hurt, but she calmed down, gave her a couple seconds, and she came to and she was okay. But, yeah. It isn't a matter of, if she feels pain or not. She has before. Not that I want to see her like that.
Of course. So what did we get in that last dungeon? We got the... Looks like we got the map for the... the map of the spaceship.
Now you got a fancy key.
Yep. This key allows Fred... Oh! yeah, that's something I hadn't explained. Fred is. It turns out that not only do the Sophia line, or not only do the metal attackers come with a support droid, they also come with a support animal, and Fred is the support animal for the Sophia series. And his power, well, all support animals can create wormholes between their pilots and their tank, but they can also stabilize wormholes in space, so that you can travel through them. So, in this game, the Sophia tank that Jason and Eve designed together is called Gaia Sophia, which kind of names the tank after both Earth and the planet Sophia, which I think is kind of neat.
I just realized. Oh wait, no, this platform's a little different. It says Ninja Gaiden 3. Ninja Gaiden, sorry. Ding dong. You know it's a Monday when you're mispronouncing stuff.
You're Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden!
Exactly! Oh.
I'll be okay.
Just barbecued alive?
Yeah.
Oh!
Fire one up here, please. That's high enough.
You don't mind? I'd like to leave this area. I don't know.
I should really use my grenades more. I used them so sparingly in the first game, and here they give you, like, each of these has a different has a different ammo count, and I'm pretty sure that every orange box you pick up restores one of each of these. So the more weapons you have, the more you get back. Alright, we got a boss.
Okay.
Unknown Cell 46.
Uh-oh. You gotta show me how the grenades work.
Oh, yeah. So the first grenade you get is pretty basic. Throw it forward and it explodes. The one we just got is the fire mine, and Unknown Cell 46 doesn't like the fire mine.
In other words, it's the bombos of this game. Well,
yeah.
Maybe on a shorter range.
The bombos of this boss.
Yeah. I was about to say, that's a little too easy.
Well, if you don't know that it's weak against fire, then this boss gets really stressful really fast.
Ah. Like trying to defeat Gaiden and Twilight Princess without a fishing rod. No. I just think that's funny how you could beat him with a fishing rod. I need to play the HD version. I want to see what's the differences, the major differences.
Yeah, I gotta finish the Wind Waker HD before I think about buying Twilight Princess HD.
I need to do that too. But I played a lot of the Wii version.
Alright.
When it came out, so...
Oh yeah. That was the Wii launch game that I got, even though they mirrored it from the GameCube version to make him right-handed. And up until then, Link was kind of the mascot of left-handed gamers for me.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I wish they had a left-handed mode in Skyward Sword. I know that wasn't the best game, but...
I played it left-handed anyway.
It's very convoluted.
Yeah. The game that the game that really didn't work for left-handedness for me was Medal of Honor Vanguard. Because that one, for the most part, the gunplay and grenades worked fine, but when you were parachuting, your Wii remote controlled the right string of your parachute, and the nunchuck controlled the left.
Oh my gosh.
So you had to play
So
it.
you had to hold it like a weird person, like...
Yeah, you had to hold it right-handed when you were parachuting, and then change hands when you landed.
It's just not right.
Yeah.
And plus, the D-pad's usually always on the left-handed side, so it's like... It belongs in the left hand!
Well, I mean, I wouldn't tell a right-handed person to put the Wii remote in their left hand, but having the control option open is important. Like, because people can play the game left-handed and right-handed, I think it's important to consider that.
Fair enough.
Just as, like, one thing I am glad that they do... Oh, no! Urgh! What? Ah, dang it. I didn't do the thing that I wanted to. It's a good thing it saves right after you change modes. So, we have the burn ability. I'm gonna put that on my ZL. This is the thing that I think produces enough energy to let Eve wake up. No, not yet. We have the burn spark. What was I saying before I was talking about the burn spark?
Left-handed control option.
Oh yeah! Like a lot of things, one thing I'm happy that they do is that they consider color blindness.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think that's a little more important than left-handedness, but now that the options for left-handedness are there, I think it's something to consider. Something for developers to consider. Hopefully there are more left-handed game developers out there.
That's kind of neat. I haven't heard too many modes for colorblind.
Oh yeah, Doom. At least on the Switch version of Doom, there's 3 different colorblind modes. There's one for red-green colorblindness. There's one for yellow-blue colorblindness, and I forget the third one. The proper name that I remember is Deuteranopia because the one guy who talked to me about Doom suffers from Deuteranopia.
Hmm. I remember seeing this one video, it was, what was it, a painter or an artist? Well, he did paintings too, but he was completely colorblind and he bought one of those sunglasses that kind of correct that a little.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he's like, it doesn't happen to you, like, immediately, it doesn't hit you, but then you slowly notice, oh hey, there's different shades of color here. There's actually more than one shade of whatever this is. Like the leaves, for example?
Yeah. I'm wondering how that would work. There's like a simulation to demonstrate how it would work to someone who, for the most part, views colors normally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that CRISPR research can help bestow full color vision, or maybe even enhanced color vision to people who already have color vision.
Yeah. I remember seeing one thing, like this one lady, you know how certain people have like a fourth cone or whatnot, and could see more colors?
This is the first I'm hearing of it, but go on.
So, there are some people who have like a fourth, like, cone that detects colors.
Alright.
I think it's more commonly in women to have this,
Alright.
but this one lady was like, okay, when you see the leaves, they're not just, like, green, they're different colors themselves.
Yeah.
Like, purples and reds, I'm like, it's interesting.
There's an animal with 5 visual cones. I think it's called the clown shrimp, or something like that. It's the one that can... Yeah, it's the one that has the cavitation punch.
The one that you do not want to touch. All I know is they are vicious, or can be.
Yeah. Oh! I wasn't paying attention to my health. This Burn Spark is kind of a weird ability. If you press the button once, then it'll cost a certain amount of SP. But if you mash the button, then it'll cost that same amount and only a tiny little bit over time. Energy supply stabilized, so Eve's awake. This Guardian robot is actually called Defend Them All.
I always like the pseudo 3D with pixel art that they do sometimes.
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort to animate, and it really shows.
Yep.
Give me them power-ups.
All the power-ups.
I gotta keep my blue meter high, and just kinda keep an eye on the green as well.
Yeah. I need to dabble more with pixel art. One thing that always worries me is like with color palettes. So with drawing normally you have to worry about oversaturation, but since it's pixel art, you know, just the idea of, okay, what palette am I going off of?
Yeah. For game art, I think you want to save your whites, blacks, and saturateds for foreground and like UI elements and anything that really demands the player's attention. Everything else you want to kind of go easy because the motion of the elements will sort of determine their importance.
I need to see also, a while back one of my friends sent me it's basically a paint program specifically for pixel art and pixel art animations and whatnot.
Okay.
I want to try it out, but I'm like, it's a new program. Ah!
Yeah. I mean, it took me a while to get used to using GIMP, and now I'm learning about like Krita and how like it has some features, like some of the most requested features of pay programs, and might be easier to use than GIMP. But now that I've sort of figured out how to use GIMP, I'm not too interested in learning Krita unless it has something like, I don't know, vector, like save images as SVG,
Right.
scalable vector graphics or something. Something specifically that GIMP doesn't have.
It took me a while with Clip Studio Paint learning that, but once I did it, it's pretty smooth. Just trying to figure out extra things like effects and whatnot right now. Like me and someone else who's doing a lot of art through there. She's like, "Oh, Christy, did you know it has this?" I'm like, "No, I didn't," or, you know,
Yeah.
no. kind of give pointers. We're both like, oh, it has this. This helps out so much.
Oh, I remember hating this area. This area has those guys that just pop out of the walls. And you gotta take them out quick, otherwise... If you get hit twice... If you get hit once, that little shield around your gun gauge disappears. If you get hit while that shield is gone, your gun starts losing power.
Oh, lovely. So this room is a Murphy's Law kind of room.
Yeah. I probably should have saved that for later. Guess what happens here?
Something shiny I see. Oh, and death. Death, death, death. Lots of death.
Actually, what I should be doing is putting these down. I wonder if those repel them.
Here's our map.
That gun shield is kind of a... It's one of those upgrades that feels like it should be like with you at the beginning. It's kind of a mid-game upgrade in the previous game, because the original Blaster Master had you lose gun power every time you were hit. So it definitely felt like an upgrade back then, but it feels like an essential here. Thankfully you do get it early on. So what do we got next? It looks like all of the items are gone.
1 second.
Oh, what happened?
Second. Sorry.
No problem.
Literally, a soda can dropped, and it was near my power cords. I'm like, no!
Ooh. Yeah.
No, like, nothing got on it, so I'm like, ah.
Oh, that just reminds me of back when I was playing MMOs. There was this one somewhat prestigious guild in my area, and they were very strict about timing and strategies and making sure you look at the online guide and stuff like that so that everyone's on the same page and you don't have to explain anything to anyone. So that everything works like clockwork when you go on the raids and fight the big boss. And in the middle of one raid, one of the prominent members just suddenly yells out, "Oh god, there's ginger ale everywhere!" and signs off, like immediately drops off.
Oh goodness.
And we don't hear from him for 2 weeks.
Sounds like he fried its system.
He had to take his computer in for repairs. Oh, this is the dreaded planetoid C2. This is the one that you'll hear the most complaints about this game.
Okay.
Like, one complaint that I could understand right away is that if you've never seen one of these switches, you wouldn't know what button they're flashing up there, other than that it's red. So, red pertains to the A button on a Super Nintendo controller.
On another note, hi Twin World.
Oh, hey, I didn't notice that chat up there.
Just followed.
Alright. You can see why this planetoid gets so many complaints.
Yeah. Ah. Dead.
When you're playing as Jason, you can safely fall 2 blocks without jumping before you die. Now, there's an exception. If you land in water, you're fine. It could be the thinnest amount of water around, but as long as you land in water, you're fine.
In other words, water saves your life.
Uh-huh.
Despite the physics. That would drive me nuts.
Another thing is, if you miss the jump, but you can pause in time, you can tell Fred to teleport you back to the tank. And, I mean, if you're doing a no-death run, that would become an essential tactic. But if you're not doing a no-death run, all it'll save you is a couple seconds.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, if I survive this...
Yeah.
Ooh! Ow. The other thing is, because you can fall 2 spaces safely, you can jump down here and kill this. And a lot of players don't seem to realize that.
Whee!
Also, you don't actually have to walk back, I think. Let me just double check that. Okay, so I am too far to teleport back from here. Ah!
Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm a little behind. Let me...
I should be on, let's see, where are you watching from? YouTube or DLive?
DLive.
DLive, okay. YouTube has ultra low latency. DLive has... DLive has a feature that lets you contribute crypto somehow. I'm not quite sure how it works. All I know is that the chat on DLive doesn't work as well as YouTube and Mixer. YouTube and Mixer have the most consistent chat. Periscope is decent, but needs some work.
Yeah, I definitely can see the hate towards this level. Lots of platforming fails to be had.
Yeah, and the thing is, as opposed to some platforming games, holding up will not grab a ladder. Pressing jump both grabs and lets go of a ladder. So yeah, that was just me jumping from too low a point. Also, you will hit your head on the ceiling if you jump from too high. So, like, you won't make this jump.
Hold on. I don't know what part. You're jumping in water at this point. Okay.
Ooh!
Ah! Yeah, slight delay, but...
Let's see, on
okay,
most...
I'm going on YouTube now.
Alright, yeah. Most platforms will have about a 15-second delay. YouTube and Periscope, or YouTube, Periscope, and Mixer should all have about a 1-second delay, unless I have neglected... Unless I've neglected something in my setup, in which case they would have a 4-second delay, and every other platform would have a 4-second delay.
You just fell again.
Yes.
It looks like... I don't know if that helps or not.
There we go. So we've got the water bit okay. Just need to remember the height. Oh yeah, here you only need to wait twice. I'm not even sure if you need to wait twice. If you're fast enough, you might be able to do... Oh.
I've got to wonder, why on earth are there so many ladders, or, you know, right on the pyro there?
Yeah.
Nice.
Roasted Jason.
Yep. Why is there so many ladders here?
This is easily the most difficult part of the game. Like,
Yeah.
once you're past here, the rest of the game is cake. And I know that the previous game had a destroyer mode, where I believe all the bosses became tougher. So that's probably planned for this. Some people are speculating that the other characters you meet are going to become playable. I think they're going to do the same thing that they did with Blaster Master 01, and that is to make Shovel Knight, Shantae, and Gunvolt and Ekoro from Galgun available.
Ooh.
Although, all they really have is... they don't really have much in terms of, like, middle of the story content. They just have sort of an intro and... Actually, what am I doing? I don't need to climb that ladder at all. I mistimed the jump press.
Oh, I just saw it.
Alright, so you're not too far behind now.
Yeah, not too far.
Yeah, I'd really like to figure out how the whole D-Live cryptocurrency thing works, and if they have ultra-low latency, because then that would make it probably the best platform for me. I mean, even if the D-Live cryptocurrency thing doesn't work, I've still got Tippy Stream's cryptocurrency thing going. So people can donate without money that way. Some live streamers like to use Gawkbox. And... dang it. I'm not sure that works in my favor. Like, well, for one thing, you need a certain amount of people following already before you can sign up for Gawkbox. But the problem that I have with it is it incentivizes your viewers to not view your stream. Like, they can contribute.
How does that work?
Basically, what Gawkbox does is it gets you to download some sort of app or game for your device and play that. And if you're doing Gawkbox games during someone's stream, then that person gains some amount of attention credit that the player is earning by playing those Gawkbox games.
Huh. So it's more or less like a way to promote certain games rather than watching someone stream?
Yeah. You're basically, like, I guess if you tend to multitask or if you tend to watch streams and play games while watching streams, then that might be the thing. I think I'm just relaxing too much once I get that life up. I need to keep the tension up. That ladder miss, I'm not sure why that keeps happening. It might just be that I'm not hitting right before hitting jump. So then the aerial acceleration is too slow.
Timing errors! Yay!
So it's right first, then jump. You can hold right and left safely on ladders and you won't fall off. One thing they won't let you do is shoot from ladders.
A shame.
I find it kind of amusing that Jason can survive a fall as long as he lands on a ladder. As long as he catches a ladder on his way down.
Logic, who needs it? Throw it out the window.
Ooh!
Catch it on the ladder. Ooh. Ooh. That was a brutal death.
I'm saving that one as a clip.
Please do. Oh, one of the funnier things I got in that, while playing Morrowind yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I got, well, yesterday and the day before, I got, this one lady was like, oh yeah, can you help me to this town? I'll give you my boots of blinding speed.
Yeah.
So I help her out there, and she's like, here, take these boots. I put them on. I don't see a thing,
yeah.
but I hear
blinding speed.
Literally blinding speed. I'm like,
well,
I can't be mad because it is what it is, literally. Part of me should have expected this. But still. And then the whole, guy in the underwear and the axe thing. Like, really? So basically what happened is I'm walking past the town and I see a guy just in his underwear on the path. And he's like, oh yeah, this witch, festering witch, stole my clothes and my magical axe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, where's she? I think she's northwest, which I think she was in a different direction, but it wasn't too far by. Like, okay. So I find her, and she's like, oh yeah, he was being a total creep with me. We were traveling together. I'm like,
huh.
Okay. And the guy was, well, she was like, you know what? I'm going to this place. Tell him, cool down, then I'll give it to him. And then the guy's like, no, you either have to believe me or her. I'm like, I believe her. He's like, okay, I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, stab, stab.
Stabby, stabby.
Literally 2 pokes.
Oh, wow.
Just dead. Like, okay. And then I talked to the lady and she's like, oh yeah, here's some potions. It's such a shame what happened to him. I'll give the axe to someone who deserves it. I'm like, yep, that's what I just, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Stab. Taking everything.
Time to be a murder hobo.
Yep.
So yeah. So this is after getting that new power supply and the what was it, burn spark. And so she's still tethered to the, you can see that she's still tethered to the tank there.
Mm-hmm.
Mutant cells are still taking over her body from inside. Ribbit. I know, Fred. We'll save Eve no matter what.
Oh.
I really like that they have this sort of romance subplot going. That the two of them have this pretty much a healthy adult relationship despite being very anime characters. Planet Stranga. The sector Area E doesn't connect directly to Sophia's sector. However, the key to Area F, our next destination, appears to be here. A side effect of the extended sleep mode or something unstable on this planet. The magnetic field or the gravity or the atmosphere. Sophia seems fine though. The pilot suit should protect you from whatever it is. This planet's music is the one that got stuck in my head from this game, of all the songs from this game.
I gotta listen. Sorry, I'm using like the YouTube video as a base for this, so it's like a little hard on my end, but yeah.
These guys are actually very tough if you take them on with the tank's bullets. But they die from one shot from Jason's laser rifle.
Quality over quantity. Thus ends the life of whatever rainbow bugs they were.
Yeah. Now these guys are acting very weird. And it's partially because of the flower growing out of them.
Which one?
These brain-looking things.
Huh.
They're totally passive. And I guess if it wasn't clear enough, then they just put you in a whole room full of mutants with flowers growing out of them here.
That's not creepy at all. Not at all.
Flower. So this is the character that you'll see pretty much the entire Blaster Master 02 hashtag in terms of images. Metal attacker. There's one here too. Can you not hear me? Here we go. One more time. Nice and loud. Ready? Flower. What? Miss, demanding a flower from someone you don't know is quite rude. Flower power. Ugh, you're a major buzzkill. I totally saw you. You two, like, fell from space, right? Oh, yeah, I can't believe you came to attack us again. Totally lame. Huh? Yeah, like, in that silver, purplish, super fast ship. A silver and purple ship? Hold on a sec, that wasn't... Like, totally no way. So, totally, you know... I'm not sure they do know, miss. I'm so awesome at beating up losers like you. She is so totally not listening to us.
So absorbed by that Valley Girl accent. Insert terrible vegan joke here. No.
Oh, that was a close match.
Yeah.
Flower power indeed.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna change to the weapon that doesn't take up SP. Nora MA06. Air?
Oh. Air? I really don't know. Darn heart balloon thingies. That's what that reminds me of.
Oh, I won that time.
Yay!
It's kind of nice that they have this sort of 1 versus 1 thing going between metal attackers.
Mm-hmm.
I tried sending messages on DLive. Yeah. Nothing, Restream and DLive don't seem to get along just yet. I'm not a loser. Miss Kana, please calm down. You're making a scene. Okay, she officially has the voice of Lumpy Space Princess. Come on! Oh my, ever the handful she is. My humblest apologies to you. This young lady is Kana, pilot of the Nora MA-06R. I am her support droid, Kenwood, at your service. Cree-cree! This charming support animal is Yakubu. Ribbit, ribbit. Indeed, it seems our support animals will get along quite splendidly. Now then, it is quite a coincidence that we have crossed paths. May I inquire as to what brought you here? Sure, actually. ... After that, we explained everything about our current situation. It seems that Kana had been attacked by another MA before we met. Is Ustream still around for free? I thought they went pay only. Maybe. I thought I was broadcasting on Ustream, but I'm not totally sure now. Restream doesn't do DLive chat. No, you have to use the DLive chat overlay. Ah, okay.
Oh. I hate it when they force you to do your own little format.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a thing that that condenses all of my browser sources into a single draw call, so maybe I could put that in there. For the sake of Miss Eve's health, you set out on a journey. Oh yeah? That's right. If you could tell us anything you know about the access key, it would be a huge help. Hey, I totally know all about it. Really? Then please tell us. No way! What?
Nice.
Why not? You know we're not your enemies, right? No way means no way. If you, like, bring me 3 kinds of fruit, I might change my mind.
Where's the roundup when you need it?
Yeah. 3 kinds of fruit. Could you be more specific? Looks like she's getting bent out of shape. Road, I'm in great shape. Not even a little bit bent. We should just do what she wants and find that fruit. Jeez. Guess we gotta track those things down. Terribly sorry, Miss Kana can be so stubborn sometimes. I know, right? She just, like, gets a total attitude. To obtain the fruit, you must pass through a troublesome rocky area. Please take this part. It'll allow you to break through even solid rock. Drill Smasher! So this is the move that she used to make those hard flowers pop up. You can also use it at an angle, just as she did. Ah yeah, this is where we start seeing recurring enemies.
I gotta love the reoccurring enemies. My favorite is when they do the palette swap and it's like, really? Is this palette swapped or is this just 1-for-1?
This is, see, these guys are kind of palette swaps, but they behave differently.
Okay. I like it when they do that, when they change up the style a little. Well, when they change up the pattern a little bit more.
Yeah. These guys are...
It changes your expectations of it. It's like, oh, crud, they do this!
Yeah. These guys are actually a lot more scary, those two on the right.
Mm.
Because, originally they just shot at you and looked weird. But now they actually eat other mutants and do freaky things with them.
Haha, lovely.
The orange one... Oh, wait. Yeah, the orange one, when it eats a mutant, it turns it into a... shuriken. And the the gray one, the green-gray one, when it eats a monster, it explodes into a big swarm of bats.
Ah, lovely. As if that wouldn't be bad enough. Bats happen.
Yeah.
Of course bats happen.
I really like the counterattack mechanic, though. Anytime anything shoots at you, you press the X button and you'll shoot right back at them.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I need to use the wave beam gun for this one. The original Blaster Master basically had a pretty linear form of gun upgrade, and that once you hit level 8, that's the only weapon you need. I remember I used to just call it the hot knife through butter gun. But here, in Blaster Master 0 and 02, they made it so that... Oh yeah, it's not bats, it's these things. Whatever you would call them.
Flies?
Flies. Gnats. Just annoying bugs that swarm at you.
Yeah. I don't know what's worse, gnats or flies. Because flies, yes, they're big and nasty, but gnats, you often see them in groups.
Yeah. I can be thankful that I've never seen, or at least I don't remember seeing any gnats in my life.
They look like tiny baby flies. Like, they're really tiny. I've seen them in clouds and...
Oh, wow.
Just like clouds of gnats before.
Okay. Whoa.
What on earth?
Here I was expecting the, I should have remembered that. I was expecting the power-ups to be fakes. And then it turns out the save point was.
Like, oh, you... What on earth? Some fabulous legs that flower has.
Legs for days.
I love how it's walking on its tippy toes.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it better.
Oh, I think I'm missing a thing. Ooh. Yeah, definitely missing a thing here. Is there something safe for me to land on? Nope. So how do I get that thing that I require? Maybe that way.
I love how the water is just suspended in air.
Yeah.
So weird.
Oi, that's my car.
Oh boy.
It's a good thing these mutants are all occupied.
Yeah. Occupied or brainwashed at this point.
Parasitized, I think would be the scientific term.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the mutants themselves are a parasite on the entire universe, so I guess this is sort of a kind of payback.
Parasite to a parasite?
Yeah.
That how it works?
Yeah. Alright, so I need to go up and then... Whoa! Up and then to the right somehow. Let's see, can I find one of those little teleport back flowers? Or am I stuck here? Oh wait, maybe I can fly up from... Yeah. Bah! Oh, not if I hit my head against the ceiling. There we go. That partially fixes it.
Dustin!
Aha! This resets the blocks. So we want to get that way.
I think we had a bot here just deleted Dustin's message.
Hey. Oh! Let me check Nightbot.
It was like, Q! And then Nightbot was like, nope, not today.
Nightbot dot login.
I'm sorry, Dustin.
Blargle.
Nightbot hurts me.
I really don't have enough of an audience for Nightbot moderation. Although, I am trying to do kind of a chat room game thing with it. Like if you type exclamation point dragon, then that's Let's see, how do I... It's not commands. Timer. Spam protection? Access caps, access emotes, access symbols. Maybe? Repetitions. Okay, options on repetitions. What do we got here?
I
45.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm terrible.
45%. Oh, I see. So let's say if it's 100% repetitions. For busier channels with more timeouts, I will quickly flip the channel. Too many timeouts, I will no longer give messages to punish users. That should fix it. Setting it to 100% repetition, so then it'll only... Why wouldn't it say something like 30 symbols or something? Excess symbols. Actually, maybe I could just disable repetition and just say excess symbols. Just use excess symbols. Yeah, 32 symbols before before a warning goes out. That should fix it. Well,
Hopefully.
thanks for testing out the Nightbot moderation, Dustin.
Sorry, you were the test dummy.
Dagron! I can't spell you!
So, I met a ghost dragon. It can't interact with me in any meaningful way. So it makes me... It makes a scrutable gesture and goes about its merry way. So it's like...
It makes that gesture, which I don't know what it means, but somehow everyone just keeps using it all the time. The person that that helped me start that game was sort of a dragon fanatic. So I'm like, okay, I'll make this a game based on meeting dragons. And the idea is that you'll meet either a good dragon, an evil dragon, or a neutral dragon, and you can choose to fight with them, or negotiate with them, or seduce them, or whatever. And like a good dragon will be prone to negotiating, and an evil dragon will be prone to fighting.
Yep.
And a neutral dragon will be prone to being seduced, or something like that. I don't know. It'll have kind of an SMT-esque feel to it, in that like seeing that it's a gold dragon isn't going to guarantee that it's good or that it's going to want to negotiate.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't want to touch that stuff, that purple stuff. The purple slurple.
You gotta get on the fabulous flower.
Yeah.
But, that reminds me, in D&D, there are a lot of things happening with dragons lately, but it isn't, like, us directly. One of the characters has a relationship with a dragon lady.
Okay.
And one thing with my character is her mom is very crazy, very old and ancient, and one person suggested in order to keep her away from me, get a dragon. It was an interdimensional being who sells eggs who told us that. So we're like, okay. So now, soon we might get a dragon egg. Some spooky things are happening there. I don't know.
I gotta get this seed. Actually, hold on. There might be something I need to do first that might make things easier. First of all, not getting faked out by these things would help. Alright, this is not yet. Alright, we're supposed to be here. Although, wait, what are my items? Oh, I can't tell what maps I've got. Still, I should be able to do this one without it. There we go. That's partially solved. Dang it. There we go.
Flower power! Bambi at this point is like, I must be right up at your face. Because she keeps doing this thing where she has to be like one-on-one, like right next to my face, like.
Oh, such a good pupper. Miss Kana, it's time for your water. Today's is from a mineral spring. Yum! This is the good stuff. It's got what I crave. Kenwood is pouring water into Kana's head from a watering can. Peeking in on my private time is like, totes not cool. Shame, shame. Ugh, well, whatever. Did you bring my fruit? About that. I don't have them yet. No fruit, no talk. Hurry along now. Bring fruit next time. Actually, like, wait a sec. That, boing thingy? Or was it a sproing thingy? Repulsion upper, miss. Right, totally. If you don't have it, you should, like, find it. Is she trying to be nice to us? I have no clue what she's thinking.
If she's thinking.
Yeah. She is a vegetable, after all.
A literal vegetable. And now Bambi's thinking my hand is a chew toy.
Nomph.
Thankfully she's got nubs for teeth, so it's just more of a her mouthing at my hand. It's like, really?
Yeah.
You hear her in the background, I'm sorry. She's getting hyper.
Silly pupper. So this leads back to the landing spot. I believe the repulsion upper is on a planetoid nearby. So we found some maps. These planetoids all act very strangely.
We're going to Namek! Now I'm just driving Bambi nuts at this point. So she's playing with my fingers to try to bite them. So what I did was folded my fingers inward, like towards the surface and whatnot, and she's trying to get the fingertips Just going around it and going like, wait, I want to... Trying to get to the fingertips. It's just so cute.
Sounds like when I'll sometimes hide a treat inside my hand, and Gunstar will try to muzzle his way, like, into my hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is pretty much what it's like. Except it's not treats, it's my own fingers.
Yeah. Finger food.
Not literally.
Alright, new discovery in Area C. Blue space.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I want to change to the charge gun. These heat mines don't seem to attract their attention.
Yeah.
Screw it, I'm using the tactical nuke.
No shame in it if it's effective.
For a lot of my first run, I tried to make the whip my main weapon.
Mm-hmm. How did that go?
It didn't go as badly as I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that, being that this is a shooting game, you would think that they would de-incentivize the use of this. And it fires slowly, and it only has the 8 directions, but with one of the counterattacks, it lets you approach enemies really easily. Let's see, that wasn't the repulsion upper. Is there something else I'm missing here? There might be... No, it looks like I've covered everywhere I can go on this planet. Let's see if I've missed any planets. Oh, Flosante! There's one place you can drill down in Flosante. The first one. And I believe we can get to Area D from there too. Yeah, that one's open. First, let's check out the drill spot here. Now arriving on planet Flosante.
Ooh. You almost feel sorry for the lobster. It was just taking a nap. Or making bubbles.
As lobsters or crabs tend to do.
Yep.
I never quite understood the whole crab bubbles thing.
Me neither. But then again, I've never really observed a crab, like, for that long.
Yeah. Apparently they do it when they're, like, irritated or, like, it's some kind of defense mechanism.
I guess that makes sense. A way to freak out any enemies.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
And again, as if pincers and all that weren't enough.
I feel like there should be something here. Did I get something without knowing it? It's one thing they don't seem to give you as a way to check your quest items. So there's a dude with a plant on his head here, meaning that something, most likely trying to point out that it's something relevant to planet Stranga. I'm about 90% sure it wasn't a fruit, though. Oh, no, wait, I remember what was there. Something that I'm not supposed to get yet.
I don't think I remember seeing something like that, but I'm not sure.
Where I believe we're supposed to go is Area D. Since we got the key there, on Area E, or on Planet Stranga. I want to say Planet Estranga, because it sounds vaguely Spanish and it's in Area E. New discovery. Planetoid D1. Oh no! As soon as we entered this new sector of space, we came under attack by an unknown spacecraft. We managed to avoid a direct hit, but G. Sophia was forced to make an emergency landing on a nearby planetoid. No way. Is that? Is that another metal attacker? What do you think you're doing? Searching databanks. Found it. Nora MA07. Garuda. So it is an MA. Why would you attack a fellow MA pilot? Ah, your tool is breaking down, is that right? Huh? Strange one, aren't you? Clinging to a busted support droid like that? How dare you? Don't talk about Eve like that. What a sentimental creature. You don't know when to throw things away, do you? In that case, I'll smash it all. You, that tool, and your vehicle. What? There's something wrong with him.
Someone's a little cokey. He's just zipping around like a madman.
Yeah.
And you're just like, ah, da, da. Just another Tuesday here.
Whoop. That dash attack, I think, deals the most damage to him.
Yep.
So you really got to take the opportunity to use it.
Mm-hmm.
You always... Damn it! Move! Move, Garuda! You always... at the worst times. He stopped. Now's our chance to get away. Hold on, Jason. I can access Garuda's OS. Collecting data now. Planetoid map G1. Map detailing the coordinates of planetoid G1 in area G can be accessed from the space map. You're hacking me? So that busted doll can still... Stop! Right now! I've been cut off. Eve, we're getting out of here. Okay. We lost him. What the hell was his problem? Sorry, Jason. I thought I could find the reason he attacked us in Garuda's OS, but all I could get was this map data. It appears to be a map of planetoid in Area G. Maybe that's where his base is located. Area G is right next to Sophia's sector. Good work, Eve. This map data will definitely come in handy. Alright, so let's investigate planetoid D1. Two ways to go. Octabibi. It's a good thing I've got those homing missiles equipped this time.
Yeah, that thing's creepy. Ah, it's dropping eggs.
Yeah.
Not good.
D1 to D4. What else can we find here? A boss that I have to fight is Jason.
Oh, lovely. This can't go wrong at all.
Not bad. Extra SP. I wonder if Jason's short fall distance inspired them to give you an incentive to fall long distances at Sophia. Since that refills your special weapon capabilities.
Maybe it'd be a fair trade-off, I guess.
I'm in danger.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah. So we got 20% extra SP and 2 maps.
Hey.
So it looks like all my meters are maxed out. Oh, they give you the prize right away on this one.
Like,
Ooh.
yeah, no effort. Oh, wait.
I should be able to find another key in this previous room somewhere. Unless it's in that room. I really don't want to move ahead without hitting that save point.
It's getting late over here. I'm
Oh.
just like...
Yeah, we are approaching the 2-hour mark. Oh, that's probably where the key is. So at 2 hours, would you be able to last another 15 minutes?
Yeah, I can.
Alright. Yeah, at the 2-hour mark we'll close the stream, since that's the usual time.
Yeah. Okay.
I finally found you. I won't let you escape this time. Is that Garuda's pilot? That choker on his chest. That's the same as Eve's. Too bad you're alone. I wanted to dispose of you alongside your malfunctioning doll. Don't you dare insult Eve. Give it up. That doll will be completely broken soon enough. If I destroy you first, you don't have to suffer that. A Nomad Berserker. Leibniz.
If you can't tell by the flowy hair, he's evil! No. I don't know, it seems like a law. Every character with long, flowing white hair is usually bad. I don't know.
Or if he isn't bad right at the beginning,
Yeah.
then he'll become bad later.
Yep. And there's characters like Seymour who just are bad from the beginning and it's blatantly obvious. But I guess he doesn't have long flowing white hair, it's just more bluish in a very stupid style.
Oh.
Oof.
So I probably want to use the wave gun. I thought he was weak against the whip, but it looks like maybe not. Whip might be the next best thing. If I don't have the level 8 gun. Or, I haven't been using any of my grenades.
Shame.
Lighting up dark areas, but I don't remember there being any dark areas needing to be lit up in this game. Maybe it's just sort of to get you refamiliarized with the old game's stuff. Or maybe they might be planning DLC that uses it.
Yeah.
See, I know for sure I want to equip the approach counterattack. Those and those. Maybe he's weak against the whip when he's flashing, like in that counterattack state.
Not sure.
Or that might be the proper way to use the whip, is that it only works, or that it deals that huge amount of damage when someone's in counter state.
Deflector, deflector! Sorry, I just had to say it like that.
Kinda. How much time we got? 10 minutes?
Yeah. I'm constantly kinda... My eyes are getting heavy, so I'm like, ugh. So if I seem less talkative, it's just like, I'm zoned out.
Alright.
Probably not a good idea. Probably not.
What am I missing? Oh! This is a destructible wall.
Yay! I like destructible walls, especially when you can tell they're destructible walls.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts when you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, on one hand it adds to the secret, but on the other hand, how are you supposed to know that?
Yeah. I don't think there's a way to test the walls either. You have to watch for cracks or make sure they look different.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that makes it, it adds a layer of transparency that way. You don't have to go around poking every wall with your sword or anything.
Yep.
Still no boingy springy. Leibniz, for one MA to attack another. What he did goes against the MA series prime directives. When a pilot defies the mission and turns the MA against non-mutants, the support droid is required to put a stop to it. By any means necessary, even if that means self-destructing. I didn't see any sign of his support droid. From what he said about you, that choker Leibniz had, it looked just like Eve's. Could be that he already lost his support droid. He said that he's not the same as me, but if I ever lost Eve, who could say that I wouldn't turn out just like him? He might be a glimpse of a future where I could not protect Eve.
Foreshadowing?
Maybe. So all of these areas look explored. Let's just have a look here. Looks like everything here is gotten. Might be best for me to solve this mystery off camera rather than rather than drag this out any further. We've only got 5 minutes anyway. It's probably a good time to end the stream. So, thank you for joining me, and thank you, VeryRandomButterfly, for helping out.
It's a pleasure.
And hopefully I'll see you all next time.